Oh, you didn't know?
No, 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 no.
Your ass better call somebody.
No, 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 no. Doom.
The Drobro Show proudly brings to you the 6 to the G to the R to the Y to the M to the X, the 6 Grim X, and the reason intrigues minds over everything, Mr. Vicious, the Hot Tag Podcast.
And if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you.
Subscribe it.
It.
Wait, that's more than 2 words, so like and subscribe, everybody. Enjoy the show.
You both.
From the network that brought you the Dro Bro Show and Remo's interviews, brings you the brand new Hot Tag with Grimex and Mr. Vicious. Yeah.
What's up, everybody? This is Mr. Vicious, Remo Vinci, and we are back with another episode of the Hot Tag with my fellow Drobro, my homeboy Grimex. What's up, my dude?
How's it going? Representing the home team.
Home team, Jake Plummer. Shit, that's one of our hometown favorites right there. I love that dude.
Hell yeah.
Why don't you tell them what you told me about him a minute ago? Because I thought that was a cool little tidbit.
So I got a few Broncos jerseys. I decided to wear the Plummer jersey because to me, what it represents is he was one of the first players in the NFL. There's 2 of them, him and another, and they were one of the first 2 players to fight for the use of medicinal marijuana as opposed to opiates and opioids and pain relievers and such. And so I just thought that would be a great shout out to our Drobro heritage and
Absolutely. I love that.
to the home team.
That works on all levels right there. I love that. Well, welcome everybody to the Drobro Show. We got a cool show for y'all today. Grim's going to catch us up on what's been happening this last week. But at the end of our show, we got a cool little surprise for everybody while we do our predictions. So we'll get to that later. But for now, Grim, why don't you catch us up on what's been happening?
So on Friday, SmackDown. Okay, so this last Friday, what would that be? 8/20. What would that be?
It would be
Today's the 26th.
The 23rd.
Okay, so yeah, on the 8/23 edition of SmackDown, you start off the show with the Grayson Waller effect. Okay, and this guy's a true yo, just straight up yo. All right, freaking. His guest on the Waller effect was Cody Rhodes, and this is like a tie-in to like trying to do a spin on fucking Piper's Pit and Jericho show and all the shit that they've always done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, well,
like what was Mrs. called? The highlight reeler? No, that was Jericho's. What was Mrs. called?
The Miz show.
Was it called just the Miz show? Huh. I don't know, but they do that every generation.
Yeah, because he was Show Miz. Remember, for a minute when he was with John Morrison, he was called Show Miz.
I don't remember.
So, anyways, Grayson was he was stirring the pot about Owens with Rhodes, okay, because you know they're gonna fight at Bash of Berlin. So he's basically saying, how do you know you could trust him? He makes this highlight reel featuring Kevin Owens like betraying Sami Zayn, betraying Jericho, betraying Sami Zayn again, and all these different heel turns he's done. And he's like, how do you know he's not going to do it to you? And every time Cody tries to say anything, Grayson's like a real smartass and doesn't let him have his say. So he finally is like, you know what? And he says his piece. He just says that if anyone's being used, Austin, you're the one being used by Grayson Waller, Austin Theory, right? So right there, he turns the tables on him. So at this point, they start fighting because Grayson doesn't like that he's saying that shit. So they're double teaming Cody, and KO comes out. So when KO comes out and they're fighting, Grayson to escape pushes KO into Cody, and Cody has his back turned, so he gets shoved and turns around and sees it's KO, right? So at this point, it leaves the question for the night: is KO gonna turn? Because what they asked for was a tag match at the end of the night with these 2 idiots, right? So, next up was LA Hey, night. Sorry, I had to do
Uh-huh.
that. uh, so anyways, he's in a U.S. championship match with Santos Escobar. This shit fucking heated up from the last week when they had backstage words, basically. You know what I mean? So, um, basically, right at the beginning, dude, right at the beginning, as he fucking comes out with Legato del Fantasma, okay, and
Yeah.
Elektra Lopez. Um, these motherfuckers, he's he's doing his thing, right, and the lights are out and shit. And these two fuckers pull LA Knight out of the ring, right? Literally right before fucking dude even there's no bell, no nothing, and they just start beating the shit out of him outside. And they beat the hell out of him. And so the ref ejects them both from the ring, and as she's doing that, the freaking Elektra Lopez shoves the ref, right? Another
Mhm.
female referee. So Elektra Lopez shoves her, and she freaking bans all of them out. So then ask LA Knight if he's okay, and then the bell rings, right? And so now Santos is on his own. So I mean, it had some fucking cool ass shit in it, dude. Man, LA Knight definitely recovered, and at the end, he did this fucking sick ass move. Okay, like fucking sick, dude. He stood up on the fucking top rope, all like and
Mhm.
he was on the middle rope. So he's on the outside of the ropes on the turnbuckle, right, with his calves up against the rope, standing on the middle rope, and he's like this, and he fucking jumped up onto the top rope, jumped off, and fucking did an elbow drop, then picked fucking Santos up and fucking did the BFT. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Basically like a stunner, except for instead of just stunning, you pull their
Yeah.
face down and slam it into the mat. For those that don't know, so basically how he beat Santos Escobar. Nah, but dude, it was sick. He went from the middle rope to the top and then jumped off, fucking did an elbow drop. I thought, man, that was actually sick.
You know, he has surprised me a couple times in some matches with his athleticism because he doesn't seem like he would be somebody that could do, crazy stuff like that. So when he does bust it out, it's like all the more shocking. You know what I mean? So I like
Yeah.
that. That's cool stuff.
So then next is in the backstage area, fucking Santos and Legato del Fantasma is humiliated by Trash Corbin, or I mean Baron Corbin, and Apollo Cruz, cursed Apollo Cruz, right? Because anyone with this guy usually doesn't do too good. So, anyways, now they're saying there's going to be a match next week with these guys, the crew against these two.
Can I just say, like, I have been sad for Apollo Cruz for a while because that dude is a hell of a talent. He's got an incredible look. He's very personable. I don't know if he's great on the promos, and maybe that's the problem. But I know like he went by another name on the Indies, and he had a big following. It was Uha Nation or something, wasn't that him? I think
I
that's
don't
who that.
know.
But he had like a really big following, and I remember when he got signed, there was a decent amount of hype around him. But it feels like for the past several years, he's just been kind of, I don't know if it's snake bit with bullshit gimmicks. I don't know if he's gotten injuries. I don't know what it's been, but Apollo Cruz definitely hasn't been as badass as I think we all know that he could be. Unfortunately, hopefully something happens, something changes with him and his run there because he could use a little revamping, I think, or maybe even doing some work in TNA or something. Maybe that might be useful. They have that crossover. Anyway, go ahead. My fault.
So next, Andrade interrupts Carmelo Hayes' haircut. And he demands a rematch because last week he freaking it was a distraction, I think, or something. Or Carmelo got him in the roll up, 1, 1, 2, 3. So right now, it's 2 Andrade, 1 Carmelo. So Andrade wants a fourth rematch. Um, to see who's the better man. Honestly, these two, they fucking perform phenomenally. They're both good together. They're melding good together. I kind of like this storyline. Usually I wouldn't like to see the same wrestler keep fighting over and over again, but this shit is it's very it's breathtaking. So it keeps you on the edge of your seat watching them and the moves they pull off. If you saw the fucking pay-per-view with the power bomb over the fucking ladder and all that shit, right? When
Yeah,
you
yeah.
saw that. So just think that's how their fucking matches are, and that's been their feud since then. So I kind of hope Carmelo Hayes wins the next round. That way that there's a best to break the tie.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? That would be fucking sick.
It's almost reminiscent of that Booker T and Chris Benoit best of 7 series they had in WCW. I don't know if you remember that. I don't know if you were
Yeah.
watching that. That's kind of what it reminds me of, though. I was kind of sad about this whole rivalry for a little bit because I felt like Andrade coming back really needed something big, especially when he came back like in incredible shape and how he was willing to put his body on the line and do crazy ass shit. I was really hoping for some good big stuff for Andrade, especially with Charlotte coming back soon. She's ready. The real queen of WWE is coming back. So I don't know, man. Like I felt like this whole feud was a little lackluster for me. And I also felt like Carmelo Hayes coming fresh out the gate, of NXT and like trying to make a splash on the main roster. I felt like he also needed something different. But to my surprise, I feel like this feud has seemingly gotten some legs to it. You know what I mean? And they're doing a pretty decent job. Now, I haven't really seen a whole lot. All I can go off of is what I hear from you and like what I see in highlights and whatnot. So, with that being said, it does seem like they're making a difference here and they're doing some good stuff. So I hope whatever does happen here, like whatever the ending of this feud is, I hope it's something fucking badass where it really makes both guys elevate because I feel like they both need to be elevated a little bit,
Yeah.
Like Andrade, bro, my fault. Andrade, when he was in AEW, bro, I feel like he got fucked off the whole time he was there. I felt like that whole thing was a big mistake. You know what I mean? So him coming back to WWE is like his second or third chance or whatever you want to call it. So I really need him to freaking kick some ass, or else he's gonna kind of Del Rio out. You know what I mean? Like he's just
Yeah.
gonna be forgotten, and I don't want that to happen. Obviously, Del
Yeah,
Rio.
but Del Rio was a unique situation, and that was all over some
He added a lot to his troubles. You know what I mean? Andrade,
alleged
yeah.
racist stuff at a party, and
Well, not only that, but all the shit he went through with Paige too, like in their public relationship and whatnot. So, like, obviously he had a lot more working against him than Andrade does. Andrade seems to be a pretty stand-up dude and doesn't have any of those issues. So I'm hoping, that good things happen for him because he's an awesome talent. And he's probably one of the best Latinos, that's in the game right now. He's just not able to get to that next level. There really is nobody as far as Latinos go that are at that next level yet, like the main eventers. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, and I'm when I say unfortunately, I don't mean this as like a dig necessarily. But I do feel like, unfortunately, Dominic Mysterio is going to be like the next one, the next big main
to be
event.
honest, Damian Priest, dude, he's Puerto Rican. You may not like him, but dude, he is one of those Latinos. So haven't been the champion recently. That's like a real big deal. And
Yeah, I feel you, and you're
but
right with that. But like to me,
so since you brought up Charlotte, I want to mention something about her with Nia Jax's segment later on in the show because
Yeah,
I got
no,
a point to make with that.
my-
But next
But
up was
I don't know if you've heard this or not. I'm sorry to interject again, but I don't know if you've heard the rumors or not. But the Lucha Brothers are apparently on the freaking radar of WWE, and I've always felt for like the last several years that Pentagon, bro, Pentagon Jr. can be that next main event Latino star. You know what I'm saying? Zero miedo. You know what I'm saying? Like that
yeah,
badass. And him and his brother,
Ray
Phoenix,
Phoenix.
no joke either. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, but
either
they're
one
called Death Triangle right now with fucking
was
Neville. What the hell's his name? Pac.
Pac.
Yeah.
They actually, I don't think that they're in AEW right now anymore. And Pac just actually won a triple threat or the 3-man tag or whatever their trios titles with who did he win it with? I feel like he won it with Cesaro and somebody else, Wheeler Yuta maybe, something like that.
Oh, the Black Liverpool or whatever the fuck the hell they call themselves.
The Blackpool Combat Club, like those, yeah, he was fucking with them, I think. But anyway, I digress. I apologize. Go ahead and get back into the WWE world.
So next up was a triple threat tag match. Okay, this was with Naomi, Bianca, Jade, and the Unholy Union, which is Blair Davenport, and the tag team champions is LaDon and Alba Fire. Okay, And this has been spanning over weeks, like I've been saying, because these chicks have been out there fucking with everybody, and Blair Davenport's been fucking with them. So that's why Naomi has joined the fray, right? So this is a good ass match, right? And they're going back and forth. A lot of shit happens. What's dope is that the team of Naomi, Bianca, and Jade, they come out each in an attire that Simone Biles wore in each of her different Olympic appearances. So I thought that was a really cool tribute. You know what I mean? With the Olympics having just happened. And so, anyways, Naomi gets the pinfall and beats Blair Davenport, and that's like retribution for her because we haven't really seen a lot of great things from Naomi. So it's good that she comes in and she's the one who wins, and especially since they're being fucked with Blair, it's good to see her get pinned. But obviously, we're going to see the tag team champs get pinned in this match, but still fuel to the fire. At least the three that I wanted to win won the match.
Yeah, no
So-
doubt. That sounds like a real good match right there. And that little tidbit you added about the Simone Biles and all her outfits, that was really cool. That was cool
Yeah.
for them to pay tribute like that.
That shit was awesome. So next up is the solo promo. And I don't know if you've seen anything on it yet on any social media or any shit. So fuck
Mhm.
dude, at the beginning he's all, Jacob, give Tonga Loa your tag team championship. And he kind of looks at him like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? And he does, all like not unwillingly, but looks like that he's being forced to, like he doesn't want to. He
Like
hands it over. Huh?
Like begrudgingly.
Yeah. So he hands it over and he tells him, because I got a new role for you and I need you as my enforcer. And I want to make you the enforcer of the bloodline, so that I can't have you an enforcer if you're a tag team champion. So right away out of that promo, basically, and all that shit, is directly into the tag match against the Street Profits, who were the #1 contenders, right? And obviously there's some fucking cheap ass shit because fucking Solo gets up on the ring, right? So these guys, you knew they're not going to stand a chance, especially Solo's out there, Jacob's out there. So Solo gets up on the apron and distracts the ref while Jacob fucking cleans house and fucks him up. And it's Tama Tonga who takes advantage and pins Angelo Dawkins. And DIY comes out to try to fucking help Street Profits because these dudes are fucking them up 4-on-2. The DIY comes out, but they get their asses handed to them too. So the bloodline stands dominant and whip their asses. So looks like they're building up this before the Roman shit, this 4-way between DIY. They're probably going to have in some way a triple threat tag match. I guarantee it, with DIY, Street Profits, and the fucking Bloodline for the tag titles. That's what it's going to come down to eventually. But so after this promo in the match, there's a fucking promo of Michin. She's just destroying shit in the back, basic with a sledgehammer to show Nia that she fucking means business and shit at their next match. That she ain't the same Michin that she thought she was, which I don't know, kind of weird promo just because, like, why would you be smashing shit with the sledgehammer unless this is a fucking anything goes match? I mean, really, you want to be showing your wrestling moves, so it'd be better just to be fucking with your trainer or some shit and showing them in the gym or something, right? So out of that, here's the segment with Nia. So Pretty Deadly and Tiffy are trying to fix Nia's crown after he got smashed by Michin. And she's like, fucking hurry up, fix my crown. You know what I mean? Being a bitch, Nia Jax is. And Chelsea Green and Piper Niven are standing there in the back, McNiven or whatever. And Chelsea whispers to her and tells her basically, like, I think Tiffy's going to fucking cash in on Nia because she's all being a bitch to him. Nia turns around and basically tells her that's never going to happen. You know what I mean? So I definitely think this is building the seeds of dissent for Tiffy, you know, and Tiffy time. Okay? That's what we need anyway.
I feel like they've been building towards that for a little while with Nia. So this is cool. This is like the next step in the evolution of it.
I don't know if Tiffy's going to cash in yet because since you brought up the Queen thing, and because the real Queen, Charlotte Flair, I think with this whole crown and her still calling herself the Queen, because why the fuck call yourself the Queen? You already won the title. You got your title shot. All that shit's done and over with. Who cares? They're building up the Queen thing, I feel like, or the true Queen when Charlotte Flair comes back, if she's going to probably dethrone Nia Jax. Is what that's speculation. That's my opinion. So
I love it. I love it. I think that's what's gonna happen too. I've been calling it for a little while now. I've been saying, every time they say Queen fucking Nia, I'm like, shit, like y'all have short fucking memories sometimes. You remember, Queen Charlotte Flair. When she comes out all regal and shit, dog. The whole crowd's gonna fucking lose it. You know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be badass. And it would be dope if Tiffy somehow cashed in on that match, you know what I'm saying, and able to fuck over both Charlotte and she would get the biggest fucking baby face pop, it would be so that would be badass. Anyway, what's next? What do we got coming next?
So here we are finally at the main event. Okay, this is fucking Cody Rhodes and KO versus A-Town Down Under, fucking Austin Theory and Grayson Waller. So right from the get go, it's a good match, but there are some red flags, right? There's like 2 points one in the beginning and one a little bit later, like a little few minutes in, that Cody's not on the apron when fucking KO goes to tag him. Like it would seem like it was intentionally building this tension, right? And then KO wins. Sorry, I just put my notes to where I could see him better, but my phone is kind of covering the part I need to see. So, anyways,
that's cool.
KO, he at one point isn't on the apron for Cody because Cody did it to him in the ring. Okay, but KO ends up winning the match by a stunner, and not by a stunner, but by a pop-up powerbomb. Okay, this is important because this is the storytelling they're building, and to Grayson Waller for the pin. Okay, it's a sign of the KO or the heel Kevin Owens, because when he uses the stunner, that's his babyface move. When he uses the pop-up powerbomb, that's when he's a heel. Okay, so this is planting the seeds of KO turning. So KO acted like he was going to hit Rhodes with the belt at the end of the match, walking up to him real fast with the belt in his hand, but then at the last minute stops and puts it on his shoulder like he changed his mind. So this is beautiful because then it reflects back to the beginning of the show on the question, is KO going to turn heel? And I think he is after Bash at Berlin, after he loses to Cody Rhodes. He's probably going to fucking beat the shit out of him and turn heel at that moment, because I don't think KO is going to take the belt. And I don't want to ruin that prediction part, but I'm just saying out there with this storyline, this is kind of how I think it's going to transpire. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. I think that's a pretty well thought out plan there. I think you might be 100% correct on it, but only time will tell, so I guess we'll find out. I love the storytelling though, and I love how just the little subtleties of it all, the little details. That's where it's all the beauties and all the details, and I like that kind of shit. So that's all of SmackDown then, right?
So now we're jumping into the 8/26/24 Raw in Berlin. And I just want to say, that's why I wanted to save it for this moment. The very beginning of the night, but this isn't the only time they put on the screen for remembrance for Psycho Sid, Sid Justice, Sid Vicious, rest in peace, Sid Udy, if I pronounced that right. I hope I pronounced his last name right, who passed away at the age of 63 after battling cancer. He was born December 16th, 1960, and he passed away on this Monday night edition that morning. It was reported by his son. So they do give a better remembrance later on in the night. They do their typical WWE remembering and honoring.
Did they do a 10 bell salute?
No. Yeah, I do believe they did. So
Good.
This is how the night started off. Okay. And
can I say something about the whole Sid thing, or are you trying to get back into the Sid thing later?
No, let's get into it now, because I guess with the remembrance, it's not really important since we kind of covered it right now. So this would be the moment, I think.
Okay. Well, what I was gonna say is, like, obviously it's sad. Obviously it's sad anytime you lose anybody, but I was a little angry with this one, and I got to be honest with you. I have been advocating. I know you know it because I've been, I brought it up to you several times. I have been saying things on other podcasts. There's a few others that I've actually called in and spoken with and gotten on the air and mentioned Sid in the Hall of Fame conversation. I'm sure there are a lot of you out there that are fellow wrestling fans that are very much in the same mindset and vein as I am. I mean, dude main evented 2 different WrestleManias during some pretty pivotal times in the business, and he's he's one of those polarizing figures. Like if you could draw or imagine what a professional wrestler would be like,
Dude,
Sid.
what I remember is
Yeah,
his stare, dude. That stare.
Sid is
Fucking
not far off from like the prototype, and every time he was in the business, he was on top. He was always on top because he was that much of a spectacle. Sid was awesome, man. Those intense eyes, like you're talking about. He was the first guy to come out fist bumping fans and shit like that. Like things that we do every day, like it ain't shit no more. Like Sid was one of the first people I saw fist bumping people. You know what I'm saying? Giving motherfuckers dap and shit. So, and he go, "Who's the man? Who's the man?" Like it was so tight, bro. Sid was on some whole other shit, So rest in peace, Sid.
hearts
It's
and
tough.
prayers.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough one. Like I said, I was angry because I don't think that there was any reason why he shouldn't have went in to the Hall of Fame any one of the last 10 to 15 to 20 fucking years. He could have easily been in any of those classes. It's a shame that
Surprisingly, I'm shocked Sean didn't put it in Hunter's ear to have him in, since Sean being the one that brought Sid out as his bodyguard early on.
I watched a couple of little small short documentaries on Sid yesterday, when I heard the news. And I don't know if there was bad blood. I don't really know. I don't know the details of it all. Obviously only they know. But it seems to be the case. Like why not? I would call this other podcast I was telling you about. I would call them every year and I'd have the same damn question for like 3 or 4 years in a row. I said, who gets in first? Steiner, Luger, or Sid? You know what I mean? And obviously Steiner went in first, and Steiner was the one that I thought was least likely to go in first, you know what I mean? Or go in at all, to be honest with you. So I don't know. I
I
guess
think we
that's
got Braun Breaker to thank for that, honestly.
yeah, probably. Yeah, you're probably right. But I guess now, I hope Luger goes in before he passes, because it's all about their speech, man. It's all about having them get their moment of remembrance and appreciation. You know what I mean? And all of that, letting them get their flowers, bro. Like all of these dudes deserve it. You know what I mean? Not all of them, but a lot of these dudes deserve it. And Sid was definitely one of those that deserved it. And this is the hot tag for a reason. I'm hot about it. You know what I mean? It's not something that I'm gonna digest very well because of this whole thing. But thank you, Sid, for all of it. Obviously, Sid's also known for his nasty, terrible broken leg off the middle rope, and that was terrible. That was one of the worst
Yeah, that
breaking
shit was fucked up.
in any kind of sports on camera history. It was terrible. Him and Anderson Silva, I think, are the 2 nastiest ones.
So,
So anyway,
so,
you said you the man. You the
yeah,
man, and I think we should take one just for the psycho. You know what I'm saying?
celebrating your life and your achievements.
So
So, back to it. First thing is the new Judgment Day comes out. New entrance together, same song, same shit. Just their new entrance together is the new Judgment Day, with now Carlito officially part of the Judgment Day, right? Basically.
seems weird to me.
Well, it's kind of like how fucking JD McDonough was just like exactly like Carlito. He was trying to get in, and then I don't even remember them like honoring him to be a part of it. He just was kind of like how this is. So, anyways, they come
Yeah.
in and they're gloating about beating up Rhea and Damien, okay, and how they beat him and shit. So Dominic, he gets on the fucking mic and they're booing the shit out of him like they always do, right? And this time Carlito and him are speaking to the crowd in Spanish like they always do.
Mhm.
And Dom announces that he's entering into the IC tournament this night. Okay, because they're holding an IC tournament for Braun Breaker's title, which we'll get to
Yeah.
that later. Okay. So, anyways, as he announces this, they're interrupted and somebody makes their return tonight. And I'm gonna say his name and he'll appear. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Oh, this
I
guy.
believe in Joe Hendry. No, I'm joking. So, okay, anyways, this is this type of podcast, and I wanted to do this because come on, we gotta keep it alive in here. So, anyways, who
Yep.
does return is Dragon Lee with the LWO, and they make their return coming into the ring hard, right? And this basically breaks out into a match, 4-on-4, and Ray does a 619 on Dom, and Liv pulls him out of the ring, and basically they Dom pulls Ray Mysterio, he rolls him up for the win, and they jump Mysterio afterwards, and
They jumped
Dom,
Ray.
yeah, and Dom gets up on the top rope as they put Ray onto the announce table. And fucking Rhea Ripley's song hits, dude. The fucking Terror Twins, right? And they come out and they whip some ass, and the Judgment Day runs away. And so after this, basically, you got Chad Gable in the back, and he goes to fucking Adam Pearce, and he goes and tells him, I want to match with Uncle Howdy, show him I ain't scared. Basically, is what his thing is. So this will be a whole thing later on in the night. So next up is Drew McIntyre, who comes out bashing CM Punk and little Timmy. And he sits then because he's saying like the little Timmy who looked up to Punk, and Punk's just a piece of trash and all this stuff, who gets drunk and he's going to be sober one day and wonder how the hell he asked for a match with Drew McIntyre in a strap match. So
No.
anyways, he sits in the pipe bomb pose, and everybody's like, oh, what the fuck? And he's like, I knew that would get your attention. I knew you were used to seeing this. Oh.
That's Enzo. That's Enzo. Ray. He's over here
Yep.
trying to get some attention.
So, anyways, he says that Punk is an enabler for him to kill him, basically, in the strap match. And he's talking about how he's going to lash him, and then cue the music. Look in my eyes, what do you see? And fucking, it's a cult of personality. Comes behind fucking Drew, who was looking at the entrance, waiting for CM Punk. And Punk comes behind him with the strap in hand. But what ends up happening is they fucking are wrestling around. They end up on the outside, and Drew slams Punk's head on the fucking thing, and he gets a hold of the strap. So at this point, he thinks he's gonna whip him with it, and Punk recovers, and by reversing what Drew was gonna do and throwing Drew on the fucking announce table instead, he takes the fucking strap from him and starts whipping the shit out of him. And so then Drew runs out into the crowd to fucking get away, and he's standing out there in the crowd, and they sent all these people out to fucking stop him, security and shit. And CM Punk starts whipping the shit out of this one security dude in the ring, beat the fuck out of him with the strap. So, and he was whipping all the guys that tried to grab him outside. So obviously he's getting fined for that shit. So
Hope that dude got paid a little extra for all that whooping.
So then after this, Bo accepts Chad's challenge. And he gives this cryptic message about how they've been trying to give him a chance, and he just keeps showing that he's the way that he is. He's been being negative and all this shit to his people and thinking the way that he is. So he says that what you're in for is more than a reckoning. He said it's a privilege. And then it's on the fucking Titantron. So then that shit cuts out. Next up is Damage Control, Kairi Sane, and Io Sky versus Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. And they have a name now. I just fucking can't think of it off the top of my head. They didn't call him this name this night because they didn't have fucking homegirl out there with them, Sonya Deville. So it was just literally a legit tag match, okay? Because Sonya wasn't there. Dakota Kai wasn't there. Asuka's not there. So it's just fucking these four. So anyways, dude, Kairi Sane, she got tagged in by Io Sky. She goes fucking blows with Shayna Baszler. She fucking even with Zoe Stark. Hard hits. It's dope. And I like that they're showing damage control in this way because, like I told you before, I liked how they showed Jade and them fucking just smash damage control. It was needed to show how powerful Jade and Bianca are. But now to have damage control fall, lose some of its members due to injury, and then have to come back stronger and more powerful than ever. And they've been dominating and fucking punking for the last 3 weeks, the most like aggressive female group in wrestling right now, right? These three. And so I like it.
I thought Asuka was out with injury.
She is.
Yeah,
And so is Dakota Kai. That's what I'm saying. So they've
Oh,
lost
okay.
members due to injury. And
Who's the third one? You said the third one.
no, just Dakota Kai and Asuka because you got Io Sky and fucking Kairi Sane. So, anyways, Kairi Sane ends up spearing both Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler in the corner. And then she fucking does the insane elbow to her fucking face, dude. She like fucking hits her right ear, it looked like. Well, because she was standing. So it was fucking sick. Because for those of you that don't know, that shit's the Macho Man elbow, basically. But imagine you're standing instead of laying down and taking that shit to your fucking neck. So, anyways.
He does it like a freaking bomb dropping. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
so tight how she does it.
The Brutes recover, but then, dude, Zelina Vega, who they fucked her up, she interferes, and yeah, they fucking kicked her arm against the wall, and she's been out since, right? They fucking held her against the wall and kicked her fucking elbow backwards, basically. So Zelina Vega interferes, and fucking they do their double move that they've been doing lately. Io's on the top, and she does a fucking moonsault to the outside. And Kairi Sane does the insane elbow again to fucking Zoe Stark. 1, 2, 3. And they fucking win. Again, damage control proven they're the better team. Dope as fuck. Okay. Now, and I mean, we still got a ways to go because this was actually had a lot of shit going on this night. We're not even about halfway through at this point. So,
let's try and get through it quickly because we still got to get our last segment off the air here.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things still. Okay.
We're already like 3 minutes in, so
let's rush through this next part real quick. So we got the IC tournament first match. Okay, this is a triple threat match: Jey Uso versus Kofi versus Karrion Kross. Jey and Kofi, they do some double team to Karrion, but he fucking recovers and punks them both, and then it turns back into a triple threat. Kofi's taken out, and I couldn't see who did it, but you heard Michael Cole say someone took him out. But Jey spears fucking Karrion and then gets on the top rope and does the Uso splash, and then fucking he wins. So he's the first in the IC tournament. He won the first match in the IC tournament. Okay. Randy Orton comes out next, and he says that the sing-along is music to his ears, even if it took 15 years to get it. And he talks about his many accomplishments, how he was the youngest heavyweight champ, and that 10 years ago he retired the WCW World Heavyweight title, basically the world title, right? That's what they call it. In a reunited match, right, where he was uniting the titles, and so they retired the world title when Orton's the one who did it. So then he said, "This is a new title, and last year he wasn't here, and it's a new title, new championship, a new legacy." And he says that he's facing a legend in Berlin. So I put in parentheses legend killer. You know what I mean? Because are they bringing it back? And against all odds in Berlin, he said, because he said, believe it or not, he's a legend there, and he's gonna have the crowd behind him and shit. He says that I grew up in front of you though, and I've made many mistakes, and I've learned, and I've stepped out of the shadows. And he said, in the shadows of other legends ahead of me, basically. And he says, Gunther, you're a 30-year-old egotistical prick. And he said, maybe that's what we have in common and why I relate to you, because you remind me of the younger me. But he says, the difference is I've been humble. And he says, it's exactly what I intend to do to you at Berlin. And he says how Gunther made it personal by mentioning his family, and he promises that at the end of freaking Bash at Berlin, he says he will be a 15-time world champion. And what it's gonna, he says, you want to know what it's gonna take for me to beat you, Gunther? He says, I'll give you 3 words or 3 letters. He said, RKO. Okay, end of promo. Next match, dude, this shit actually shocked me, dude. Fuck. The rhinoceros versus the monster. And I know I call him a rhinoceros, dude, not to make fun of him because he's a fucking beast, a trampling, fucking destroying everything in his path, fucking beast. Okay, that's why I call Bronson Reed a rhinoceros. And this shit was a damn slobber knocker. Let's just say that shit. Fuck, I put not a monster with an exclamation point and a fucking question mark because, dude, they beat the hell out of each other and they took it back to the parking lot. These motherfuckers were using pipes and fucking chairs, fucking cars and shit like that. So anyways, they're like fighting each other on these cars, slamming each other on the cars, but fucking Bronson gets the best of him, puts him on top of the car, on top of the roof. And you know how they have them concrete barriers, then the fucking fence? This motherfucker climbs up on there on the concrete barrier, stands up on it, and he fucking does the tsunami on the fucking Braun Strowman on the fucking car. And dude, like, I was shocked. And I put fucking pipes, weapons, madness, fucking stays the true monster. That's what I put. So anyways, I was like, fuck, I thought Braun was the one who was going to take him out. Now I'm like, fuck, I don't know. Now this is starting to become interesting.
I like that. You know, I like that they got Braun fucking with him like that. And for Braun to take the whooping that he did is pretty cool. You know, they needed somebody like that to put him over, you know, to continue that momentum. So
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see. But I did see the clip of that tsunami off the barrier there, and I saw how the glass exploded from the windows, you know, like it was a cool visual. Pretty cool visual.
So next is the next match in the IC tournament, another triple threat. It's Pete Dunne versus Xavier Woods and The Miz. It was a dope match all over the place. It was a dope match, but it was all over the place with many near falls. Okay. And they're all brutes, dude, going toe to toe. All of them fucking had hard hits because you know that fucking Pete Dunne, he's known as part of the brutes, the brawling brutes and shit with Sheamus and fucking what the hell's that other guy's name? But
the guy that put out fucking Big E, Ridge Holland or something.
no, the guy with the mustache. What the fuck's his name? Isn't it? I thought the guy that Pete Dunne's been a tag team partner with up until this whole feud with Sheamus.
Tyler Bate?
Yep, that dude.
He wasn't part of those original brawling brutes with Sheamus, though. It was that Ridge Holland. It was the guy that put out Big E, the one that suplexed him and broke his neck.
Shit. So, anyways, they definitely go toe to toe. But fucking Xavier does something to Miz. I think he does a special or whatever, his finisher, and fucking bitch ass steals it. Dunn fucking punks Xavier, throws him out, and fucking does his shit to Miz and steals the pin. So he fucking moves on to the IC tournament. Okay. IC champ he is backstage, Braun Breaker, and he's talking smack to Jay and Dunn saying, congratulations, but I don't care who wins, who enters the tournament, who's coming at me. He says that he's going to remain the champion. So at this point, the Terror Twins are backstage, and they basically say that they're coming for Judgment Day. You guys thought that you were the originals. We're the originals, and we're the Terror Twins. First time that they referred to themselves as the Terror Twins, and they said Judgment Day were coming. At this point, you have the Sid Remembrance, which we already touched on, and now we're in the main event.
Okay.
Uncle Howdy versus Chad Gable, dude. And I put Bo looks good, man. And badass homage to Bray and Luke Harper. Okay, again, dude, I fucking love this song, this entrance song. It is so fucking sick. The new song they did that's a twist on the one they've been doing before the original one. It's fucking so sick. The one I told you that sounds like 9 Inch Nails. It's fucking dope, dude. I love this song. Okay, and when Uncle Howdy takes off the jacket, dude, he's got the Bludgeon Brothers fucking armband on his right hand with the fucking Bray glove. That's why I said awesome homage to Luke Harper and fucking Bray. So he's got the Bray glove, which was the Hurt Fiend glove that says Bray instead of Hurt, and then the fucking Bludgeon Brothers fucking arm thing on. So I thought that shit was sick as fuck. honestly. And so anyways, in the beginning it goes a little bit back and forth with some of the brawling and shit, but it's evident that Chad's athleticism was evident from the get-go, right? But Bo quickly recovers, or Uncle Howdy, and he pulls a
Did he
Bray
look-
from the corner.
Did he look rusty? Did he look
Well, he
rusty?
pulled the Bray from the corner, right? And I think it was kind of a slip-up move, like he wasn't prepared for the mask or whatever or something. It looked like it was kind of off-key, and he had to adjust a little bit and redo the head thing when he was leaned back right in the corner. Cool
Yeah.
homage to Bray, but you could tell it was kind of like you were saying, rusty, right?
Yeah.
So, anyways, Howdy then was put in an angle lock because of a distraction from Ivy Nile, because he almost had the match won at this point, dude. American made. You suck, right? And that's why I'm saying that, because they chant that shit to Gable, and he reminds me so much of Angle, like with the angle slam and the ankle lock, you know.
His intensity, all of it.
Yeah. So Bo gets to the ropes, and he applies a mandible claw to fucking Chad, and the Creed brothers pull him out, and they start beating the shit out of him outside. But then when it shows it zooms in on his face as he's getting beaten up, and he's laughing like he was laughing the last time. And the lights go out, and there's a close up of Bo laughing, and enter the Wyatt Six, an all out brawl. And Gable throws Howdy in the ring because they go out into the audience, the Wyatts and the Creed brothers, and Ivy Nile jumps on Rowan's back. He's still out there fucking him up outside. And Chad Gable goes for a fucking moonsault on Uncle Howdy. But Uncle Howdy rolls out of the way, and he stands up in the corner, and his fucking what's his face lands on his feet, and he turns around. Uncle Howdy grabs him in the fucking sister Abigail, drops his ass, pins him 1, 2, 3 for the fucking Fireflies, dude. Fucking dope. And
Yeah.
next Sunday and Monday, WWE is in Denver. I believe in Joe Hendry. No, because the NXT pay-per-views on Sunday.
That's true. That is very true. He might be here. Oh, I'm so sad. I'm not going to be able to make either show. Damn it. Oh. For those that want to donate to the Dro Bro Show or the Hot Tag, hit us up on the socials, and maybe you can help us go. I don't know. Maybe shit. It's worth the try. Fuck it. You know, any of our supporters. Shit. Anyway, thank you, Grim, for breaking it down for us and letting us know all the good stuff. Those are excellent notes, my brother. I feel like I watched both of those shows right now. It was dope. I'm excited fucking for all this stuff, ready for Berlin. And speaking of which, shall we go ahead and get into our final segment here? Is there anything else we need to cover before that?
No.
All righty. Well, we'll be right back. All right, everybody, we are back. And we got our final segment ready to come up. We're gonna do our predictions, but we got a special guest for y'all today. And I told y'all it was a cool episode. So, Grim, you want to let them know who we got?
We got the new TIW champion, Nate the Great. You may have known him from the Dro Bro shows, but here he is on the Hot Tag.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, gentlemen. Pleasure to be here.
Yes, sir. Welcome, Nate. Welcome, and congratulations on the new ship. I love it.
Thank
Hell
you.
yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
It looks good.
For all you viewers out there, I want you to get a good look at a real championship.
Bring it up
I
a
want
little,
you to
get a better look. There we go. Yeah.
and I want you to get a real close look at what that says and a real close look at a real champion. It says, "This is wrestling's champion." So it doesn't matter what other Mickey Mouse company out there has whatever make-believe belt they want. The only one that matters is the TIW championship. And you can only see it at Creepsville Carnival. That's in Mesa, Arizona.
Hell yeah. Hell
Hell
yeah. Nate, thanks for joining the show, my brother. We were excited to get you on one of these hot tags because when we had you as a guest on the Dro Bro, man, we were clicking on all cylinders, my brother. We was hitting on all them notes. You know what I mean?
I hear you. I hear you. It's a pleasure being back with you guys, and got a little extra hardware, if you know what I mean, this time.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love it, man. So tell us a little bit about the match, about when you became the champ before we get into our predictions here.
Well, let me tell you, this was last Saturday, our inaugural show. Creepsville was wild that night. The wrestlers were wild. Everybody was turned up. I was in the main event. I went in here expecting to just be in a first round tournament, okay?
Okay.
I figured this opportunity would come a month later in
Yeah.
September 21st. However, as I finished my match against the Swamp Stomper Billy Crook, respect to him, he definitely rolled me, through me, and beat me down. But I ended up getting the win. Thanks to a little bit of outside interference I had nothing to do with, I might add. Everyone keeps saying, oh, he had Cameron Walker. Look, I've never had any dealings with Cameron Walker. Never needed any dealings with Wild Cameron Walker. Don't get me wrong, I'll take whatever gift the universe wants to throw my way. But
Well, of course.
I have no dealings or business with Cameron Walker. But as I was leaving the ring, our dear sweet GM King Larry and our announcer, Trippy Travis, he calls me back to the ring. They asked the crowd, do you want to see a championship match tonight? Now, mind you, I had just finished a grueling match against Billy Crook. And then, all of a sudden, I'm sorry. Can you see me?
I got you.
Yeah.
Alrighty, my bad. But then, as I'm leaving the ring, they called me back. So they called the two other finalists out there. Triple threat. You had that big mean Victor Ursus. He's a Viking. Don't get me wrong. He put a whooping on me with a kendo stick.
Oh,
You had the Madman Apex. Alexander Apex. He then decided and don't get me wrong, all these guys earned their spot. Every single person that was at TIW was the toughest that there is, okay? These guys pulled out everything in the kitchen sink. But in the end, kendo sticks, cheap shots, double teams, it didn't matter. Because in the end, Nate the Great is still sitting here, your new and first TIW champion.
Yeah.
Now,
hell yeah.
Thank you, gentlemen. Now, it was a heck of a beating I took, but I would say to be underprepared, and here we go. You know, I was able to get it done, and if I went through all of that just to get it, what do you think they're gonna have to do to get it off of me?
Right? I can imagine, my brother. You got all that passion and drive and determination behind you. And you know, we at the Dro Bro and the Hot Tag, we've only known Nate the Great as a stand-up human being. You know, I've never seen any kind of fraudulent activity or any kind of shadiness whatsoever. So I don't know what they may be talking about as far as this interference goes, but
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. You're a well-deserved champion. So congratulations to you. And we're happy to have some gold on the show. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, gentlemen.
Because we are soon to be an award-winning podcast ourselves. So I appreciate just, you know, greatness. You know, iron sharpens iron. You know, greatness.
That's it.
Oh.
Everybody, if you're striving for greatness, you could be good.
Absolutely.
You could be damn good.
Well, Nate, before we get into our predictions, I did want one more. Want to get your take on one more thing. We lost another legend yesterday, Psycho.
Yes, we did.
I just wanted to give you an opportunity to say a little something if you wanted to, because we already kind of had our little segment on the show earlier where we kind of discussed it. But I wanted to give you that opportunity also.
Well, to the largest horseman that there ever was. I really, really deeply hope that his family and I just hope he went peacefully and all. I hope everything's good and they're getting all the care and everything they need and everything in this time or the space or whatever their desires are.
Mhm.
He was a hell of a talent and for think about it. I mean, this dude was easily what 6'9", 6'10",
Yep.
Keep it build is
270,
6'7",
280.
6'8".
Yeah. See there, and this dude could do a lot of innovative things for the time, and he's the first person to ever kick out from Hulk Hogan's leg drop, I might add.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Yeah, nice.
Yes, he is the first person to ever kick out of Hulk Hogan's leg drop, at least on TV. That is.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, cool, man. I didn't know that was a fact.
Yeah.
What was your favorite gimmick of Sid's? Was it Sid Justice, Sid Vicious, or Psycho Sid?
Psycho Sid, those crazy eyes and those mean looks, and he'd just come out and just power bomb the hell out of anybody.
I
Yep.
was just talking about the crazy eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, just getting into that. That's awesome.
R.I.P. to one of the goats, man. One of the original legends, man. He horseman.
Yep, absolutely. Well, thank you for that. And Grim, do you got the lineup there for this bash in Berlin?
Yeah. So the PLE for this Saturday on August 31st is going to be Bash at Berlin. Starting off, and I don't know if this is going to be the actual order, but when you look up the card, this is how they have it listed. So it's the World Heavyweight Championship with Gunther versus Randy Orton.
I would be very shocked if that was the first match.
Is there a Cody match? There has to be, right?
Yeah, it's listed as the second one.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're definitely not going to have both of them start, right? Maybe bookends, but I don't see both of them starting off. Well, anyway, what do you think about that matchup there, Nate?
Well, it's very difficult to say. I really want to say down in the core that Gunther would retain, but WWE has a tendency that people lose in their hometowns and stuff, and this would be kind of sort of his neck of the woods. I know it's Germany, he's Russian or whatever, but it just feels like Randy Orton should win.
I feel like they're trying to push that narrative of his 15th or what is it? Is this his 15th?
Yeah, 15th.
I think this would be his 15th. Yes.
Yeah.
So like I'm wondering.
Trying to catch him up to John Cena, like we had talked about on the Dro Bro podcast.
That's what I'm wondering if they're actually going to do. Like, would they let Orton take it and then bounce back twice? You know what I mean? And then tie it up?
If you needed a really good, strong transitional champion, Gunther's the guy to get from Seth to Randy without them two facing would be Gunther. And I think Randy will probably take it.
Oh man,
that's gonna be my pick. I'm picking Orton.
I'm writing you down. I'm putting Orton here for you, but damn it, that hurts my freaking heart, man. Because I feel like Gunther deserves better than that with this first run.
I think they're gonna let him have it in Berlin, and that'll be coming up later on my reason why I think Gunther's gonna keep it in Berlin. I get what you're saying, but because of a match that happens later, I think that is why Gunther's going to get to keep it, because I think that other match is going to go the other way. But okay, so let's just say.
What do you got, Graham?
Let's say I say Gunther.
You're saying Gunther?
So that's 2-1 then, huh?
Damn it. I feel like you're probably right. I feel like Randy's gonna get it, but I don't want him to yet,
If you were gonna set it up for Mania, now would be the time to get him his 15th. Then
You're
he
not-
could tie it with Cena later on, or I don't know. Maybe he goes back and forth with Gunther once or twice. I don't know.
I could see that. I could see that.
I think it's gonna be that.
Yeah.
So,
All right, what's next? What do we got next? You said it was Cody and who's he? Oh, it's KO. Cody and KO.
KO. Kevin Owens.
What you got there, Nate?
I mean, Cody's gonna take that because Kevin Owens. I mean, it's taking a thoroughbred racehorse, putting it next to a zebra, or a miniature pony. You know what I mean? Something just totally not even in the ballpark. Yeah, no. KO has no chance in hell.
I'm anxious to see if KO turns here. I don't think he'll take the belt, but I do think he'll turn, and
Yeah.
and we'll see what happens there. I think it's too soon to take it off of Cody. I think whoever gets it off of Cody, it has to be a big freaking deal. You know what I'm saying?
You
It has.
already know who it's going to be. It could very well potentially be John Cena.
Oh, damn. That one
That's
hurts.
who I'm banking on. I'm banking on Cena beats Orton, or Cena beats Cody. Orton beats Gunther, and they're on a collision course if they defend it against the respected former champions, which
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's the money match at WrestleMania this year will be John Cena, 16-time WWE champion, Randy Orton, 16-time world champion. Which one will unite the belts for another time to probably bring back the Winged Eagle belt or something, whatever they're teasing? You know, that's what I would bank on.
I like a lot of that, Nate. I don't know if I agree with all of it, but I like it.
yeah, same here.
It's amazing. I love the sound of it all. You know, it's got a great.
But I've already predicted this point as being the heel turn for KO. I definitely think that he's going to lose, and this is going to be the point where he goes full on heel.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I definitely see that coming. He's better as a bad guy.
So are you going Cody also, Grim?
Yeah.
All righty. What's next?
The Terror Twins versus the Judgment Day. The Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest versus Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio.
That's another easy choice, I think.
I don't think so. I think Dominic and Liv need this, bro. I feel like
Oh
if
yeah,
they
no, they're gonna win that one. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because if they don't, it's where's your story go from there? You know what I mean? It's the end of your rivalry, pretty much.
but
Liv
I don't
got the
know.
guy. Rhea Ripley beats up the girl and guy. That's the end of it. But if they get some kind of something happens, then it keeps going. And I think there's too much invested in this to not keep it going.
I agree 100%. But I still feel like if Dom and Liv did lose, I still feel like it could still go on. You know, they're doing some great storytelling right now, so I know that they can spin it some way, you know, where it would work. But what I want to have happen is I want to see Dom pull some Eddie shit where he's lying, cheating, and stealing, and getting
Yeah,
that
yeah.
fucking. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's what I want to see, and that's what I'm betting on. So that's my pick. You're in agreement?
Enter
Too
the
soon.
age of Dominic Guerrero.
Too soon.
Too soon? No, perfect timing. Strike while the iron's hot. Get it going.
No, I think it's too soon for him to betray Liv already.
Oh no, yeah, no, but I don't think he's going to really betray her. What I think will happen is more or less so like play double side. You know what I mean? Like play like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and then just once again backstab Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley.
That's interesting. Who you got there, Grim?
I'm gonna go with Dominic and Liv because I agree with Nate. If they lose, dude, the story ends and freaking because they're gonna get the retribution and they're building up for Liv and Rhea to have another championship match. Damian's gonna go 1-on-1 with fucking Finn, but he's got to go up the ladder. So he's starting with Dominic. And
It's true. That's true.
You know, it's where it's coming
There'll
down
be
to.
some very fishy fuckery ending, I think, when it comes to that match.
Yeah.
The Judgment Day is going to be lurking, dude. Finn already promised he's going to be there when they least expect it. So
Yeah. It's gonna be
might see
tight.
the demon Finn Balor again.
Ooh, yeah, we talked about that last time too.
We'll see him this soon. I think that's a build up still.
That's a Mania moment, I would think, or a Royal Rumble moment. You know, like he comes out as that or something. You know, that I can agree. Yeah, it's got to be a bigger show than just.
It's going to be when he faces Priest, I bet, when it comes down to that final boss moment.
I'm down with that. That works
Yeah,
for me.
I think that's a pretty good assumption.
So what's your Grim?
I think we all said Liv and Dom. Is
Yeah,
that what
yeah.
it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all said Cody and we all said Liv and Dom. So far, the only difference is Nate says Randy and you and I are going Gunther.
Yeah. The
We
next
will
up
see.
is a strap match with CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. So
Go ahead.
I was gonna say on this one, you know I'm a Punk guy. He's fucking one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. But to be honest, I think they're gonna still give it to Drew to drag this out a little bit longer because the fact that CM Punk's been the one whipping Drew the last 2 weeks, that's why I think Drew's gonna get the retribution.
He gets his come ups. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Drew McIntyre. That's
So-
my pick.
Drew.
You too, Remo?
No, I think Punk might get it. I think somehow Punk's gonna get it. I don't know why. It's just a gut instinct. I'm just wondering. So, give me 1 second, fellas. I'm sorry.
See, because I think Punk's back to freaking put guys over this time around. So that's why I also think it's not about him winning. It's about him putting the other talent over.
Agreed. Yeah, he doesn't. And Drew McIntyre, once again, kind of a localer person more so than an American is. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I don't know if McIntyre wins, Gunther loses. If Gunther wins, McIntyre loses.
I still have an opinion on that by the end. You'll see why. But so we have 2 more matches. The next one being the women's
Is
tag
there
team.
only 5 matches on this show?
Yeah,
Yeah.
these PLEs have been like that, like 5 to 7 matches
6.
usually. And they're
That's okay. That's okay though. That's more to keep up with.
yeah,
6
and they're still getting a lot of progress as far as the storylines go. So it's okay with me. I'm down with it.
Good deal.
Next is the women's championship match with the Unholy Union defending against Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. So honestly,
I don't think that they're gonna give it back to Jade and Bianca yet. I feel like that's gonna be another little chase that they have to do for a while, I think. So I'm gonna go with what did you call them? The Unholy Union? That's who I'm going with.
Agreed. Same here. Too
I
soon.
get what you guys are saying, but I'm going to go the other direction because I think it is time to give it back to them. But I do think this is building their descent, basically. As a team, it's putting the fractures in. I think this match is probably going to start doing that.
So you think they're gonna win? You think that they're gonna win, and it's gonna start the breakup right away?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll see. I don't know. It's gonna be a tough one.
So the next one, maybe why they listed this last. Okay. And this is why I think Gunther's going to win and retain and I thought this was unique. They don't do this shit anymore. When did they do shit like this? But for the United States Championship, LA Knight has an open challenge. Now, I put in question marks Ludwig Kaiser because you're in Germany and he's been on Raw for the last 2 weeks fighting guys. So in this instance, if you brought in a hometown hero, this is speculative because this is an open challenge, so they haven't announced an opponent. If Ludwig Kaiser, part of Imperium, is the guy that faces LA Knight, I think Ludwig Kaiser's going to lose so Gunther could win.
That's an interesting theory.
That is.
I don't know. I do like that this is an open challenge. I forgot that was a thing. I don't think it's gonna be Kaiser though. I mean, I haven't been watching shit, so you have more of an inkling than I do on it. But I don't think it's gonna be Kaiser. I think it's gonna be somebody bigger. It's gonna be a big
Yeah,
star.
yeah, it's gonna be like. Could you imagine? Go like, just think of this. It like, I don't know who. Like,
What if Cena starts? You know what I mean? What if Cena comes in and
that's possible and grabs the United States real quick.
you know?
Starts his John Cena Open U.S. Challenge or whatever it used to be.
I
Every
don't.
Monday Night Raw. Nah, he won't do that. He ain't gonna do that.
We could
but-
go for a three-peat in this episode. Say his name and he'll appear. I believe in Joe
Joe
Hendry.
Hendry. That
Oh,
is. I
Lord.
like that
Yeah.
one better. I like that idea. I want to believe in that idea.
Okay, I fuck with that one because whoever it is, they can't let LA Knight drop it. You know what I mean? Like he has to hold on to this shit for a little bit.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, he's gonna have a pretty good run.
So I'm picking LA Knight no matter who the fuck it is.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
LA Knight's my pick too.
All right, what's next, Grimmer? Is that the main event?
That was the last match listed. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Okay,
Well,
well
if
shit.
they truly go with that lineup, LA Knight is gonna face somebody of earthquaking magnitude.
Honestly, I hope that's not the main event because that's kind of hard to.
Can we throw a crazy dart out there?
What you got?
Could you imagine if Kenny Omega's music hit?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
No, I
that-
think that it's gonna be unfortunately if it's this case. LA,
No, it wouldn't, but
but
man,
Bronson
it would be
Reed.
amazing. Ooh, yeah, that would be a good one too. Yeah, that would be very cool. He still has the NXT Championship, correct?
No.
No.
No,
didn't
he's
know
in
that.
Raw smashing everybody. So he fucking already smashed Seth Rollins. He smashed R-Truth. He smashed Miz. Now he smashed Braun Strowman. So who's next? Basically, you know what I mean? Like Goldberg.
Gotta start. Yeah, gotta start chipping away at the champions now.
But like I
Yeah.
said, if Braun comes in, dude, LA might lose on that one.
That yeah, we'll get. Yeah, I could get with that one if if he comes out, LA ain't gonna beat him.
What happens? I hope that's. I hope you're way off, my brother. I hope you're way off. Well, that's it for all of our predictions, right? That's the whole card
Yeah.
so far. Well, Nate, thank you, my brother, for joining us.
I appreciate it, guys. And hey, September 14th, Apex Wrestling Federation. They have Anarchy. I'll be there. I might even pull double duty again because I hear their champion is issuing an open challenge. So,
Dude,
Capane,
the new belt collector.
you
Yep.
better hope I don't have another one on my shoulder. And Zach Powers, if you think I'm going to lose and be removed from the Red Mountain Center, I've picked up hardware since our last meeting, son. I don't sweat you.
Hell yeah. Well, right on. Nate.
Fellas, thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Absolutely.
We'll see who wins on all these picks.
Everybody give it up one more time for the newly crowned TIW champion, Nate the Great.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Y'all have a good one.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Nate. And
Later,
thank you
Nate.
for everybody for tuning in to the Hot Tag. This is it for this week. We'll catch y'all up next week. And they're going to be here in Denver. What do you know? Hopefully we get to
Yeah.
freaking go. Shit. Anyway, if not, peace out, y'all, and we'll catch you anyway.
yeah, get out.